It's civilized. It's restless. It's Mercury Cougar XR7, as unique in its own class as Continental Mark IV. Cougar is plush, deeply padded, fully instrumented, sure-footed on steel-belted radials, distinctive, with elegant opera window and bold classic grille.
Cougar is like nobody else's car. Cougar.
Production. Starring Stacy Keach, with guest stars Joanna Pettit, Jason Evers, Brett Summers, Felice Orlandi, Richard Angarola. Also starring Carl Franklin, Robert Mandan. Tonight's episode, Vanished.
You can do it, we can help. 1 calorie diet Pepsi can help. You can do it, we can help. You can do it if you want a 1 calorie diet Pepsi can help. Yes, you can, if you try. 1 calorie diet Pepsi is one good reason why. You can do it if you want a 1 calorie diet Pepsi can help. Great tasting 1 calorie diet Pepsi can help.
Here we go.
That's John Moss of the Blair Street Broncos working on his forward pass.
Better. You ready? Terrific.
Hey, Johnny, you chew a lot of gum out there.
Huh? Trident chewless gum.
Why Trident?
I like the way it tastes.
Another good reason is 4 out of 5 dentists surveyed recommend sugarless gum for their patients who chew gum.
And there's one more good reason.
What's that?
It's the only gum my folks let me chew.
Trident for families like Johnny's who care about their teeth.
The past isn't dead. It's only buried.
It won't happen again, will it?
What do you mean?
I know about Jennifer Pierce. Jennifer has a locket just like this. Neil, where is she?
When it comes to murder, is once enough? You lie so deep, my love.
Tomorrow night at 8:30 here on ABC.
You fight fires for a living. And for fun, you fight firemen, letting off a little steam, having a good time. And drinking the only beer with gusto, Schlitz. Those people only know one way to brew it, the right way. Life's too short to settle for less. Go for the gusto, or don't go at all.
Hey, who's the girl with the hair?
Be the girl with the hair. Be the girl with the hair. Everybody looks at the girl with the hair.
Gold Formula Breck Shampoo hair is naturally clean, naturally fresh, naturally noticeable. Breck has more natural ingredients than any leading shampoo.
Be the girl with the hair.
Naturally, with Gold Formula Breck.
We really move our tail for you.
To Chicago.
To make your every wish come true.
To Miami.
On Continental Airlines, we really move our tail for you.
To Houston.
Kansas City.
Denver.
On Continental Airlines, we really move our tail for you.
Direct from the great outdoors to your kitchen comes the brand new look of Gala paper towels. Wild forest mushrooms recreated on mossy green, spruce blue, and buttercup gold. And gorgeous color combinations on apple blossom white. Gala's new look perks up the kitchen and picks up grease. Because Gala's so absorbent, it's grease-orbent. Take your pick. The new look of Gala. direct from the great outdoors to your kitchen.
Ow.
Excuse me.
That's okay.
I love your dress.
It was my mother's. Hey, watch it.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Hey! Ouch!
Oh, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, too.
For dancing instruction or any product or service, waltz to the Yellow Pages.
For us, because if you enjoy weather like this, weather we had today in Los Angeles, we'll have more of the same tomorrow, more sunshine, few clouds. And on Wednesday, much of the same. There's one catch, though, a little light smog. But other than that, it's good weather, the kind of weather that gives most of us spring fever, and the kind of weather that justifies some of the bragging by those who take the Chamber of Commerce line. This did not cause any bragging at the Iowa Chamber of Commerce. It's the result of a huge snowstorm called potentially dangerous. The little gold statuette that is going to be awarded this April, and David Sheehan has all of the nominees. David?
All of those, and a few thoughts.
Are you going to make some picks?
No, not yet. I'm going to save that. Predictions come later. The Oscar nominations, as you know, always bring up the annual question about whether the awards themselves are given to the films with the most excellence or to the films with the most money-making potential. This year, the big neck-and-neck leaders with 11 nominations each are also big money-making movies, Chinatown and Godfather. But both also happen to be very well-made films, and both really do have something to say about morality. Chinatown, for example, uses the old-style private eye murder mystery technique a la Raymond Chandler to dramatize a story of greed and corruption during the early days of the development of Los Angeles, involving a land grab scheme and a water supply swindle that's accidentally uncovered by Detective Jack Nicholson during his investigations for a lady client played by Faye Dunaway. Among Chinatown's 11 nominations were Best Picture and Best Director for Roman Polanski, plus a Best Actor nod for Jack Nicholson and Best Actress for Faye Dunaway. Chinatown's neck-and-neck running mate, The Godfather Part 2, also uses an old genre, the gangster movie, to explore the corruption of the capitalist ethic by depicting the mafia as just one of many big corporations ruling this country. The Godfather's 11 nominations include Best Picture and Best Director for Francis Ford Coppola, Best Actor, of course, for Al Pacino, and an unusual sweep of the Best Supporting Actor, one for Michael Gazzo and one for Actors Studio founder Lee Strasberg. The Towering Inferno is a strange companion to Chinatown and Godfather 2. Inferno is hardly in the same class, but it came in with the third highest number of nominations, 8, including Best Picture, if you can imagine that, which is not only ludicrous, it's, I guess, this year's most blatant example of the Academy's often criticized tendency to honor money-making more than movie-making. But then there's another side to that issue also. The Conversation got 3 nominations, including Best Picture, and The Conversation certainly hasn't made much money. It is merely a well-crafted and serious piece about how electronic surveillance is invading our privacy. And Lenny, another serious work, was obviously made to communicate, not just to make money, and Lenny came away with 6 important nominations, including Best Picture, Best Director, and Best Screenplay, for what is essentially an interpretation of Lenny Bruce as personified symbol of the deviant thinker or nonconformist mind, speaking out against the hypocrisies and dishonesties he sees around him, which required a virtuoso performance that I think should make Dustin Hoffman the front runner for the Best Actor Oscar. In addition to Hoffman, Nicholson, and Pacino, the Best Actor nominees include Art Carney for Harry and Tonto and Albert Finney for Murder on the Orient Express. And for Best Actress, besides Faye Dunaway, the other nominees are Valerie Perrine for Lenny, Ellen Burstyn for Alice Doesn't Live Here Anymore, Diane Carroll for Claudine, and Jenna Rollins for Woman Under the Influence. And Paramount Studios won an unprecedented 39 nominations in all, as the Oscar Derby got off and running again with all the nominees and the eventual winners on April 8th, sure to enjoy better box office business, because after all, the Oscars are one of the best marketing hypes ever devised. But hype or not, everyone, I guess, loves a horse race, and the Oscar Derby is as much fun as any other.
For the hostess with heartburn who's entertaining the bridge club for the first time and finds her husband has polished off the sour cream dip. For the guilty husband with heartburn who's got 15 minutes to help whip up an instant sardine surprise. For the bridge player with heartburn who overbid her hand and overdid the sardine surprise. Alka 2, the antacid tablet built to fall apart. Choose easy, choose fast, and it works fast too. Cool and creamy, not as chalky, not as gritty. Alka 2, built to fall apart. Choose fast, and it works fast too.
Hey, let's pick a peck of juicy fruit gum. Let's pick a peck from the juicy fruit tree, 'cause the flavor's so good, you gotta get some. Just pick a peck and you'll see what a happy feeling. Juicy fruit. What a happy flavor. Open a pack of juicy fruit gum. Chew it and let all the flavor come through. Pick a bright yellow pack of juicy fruit gum and let it all happen to you. Pick a pack.
The colors feel so real they could fool your own fingers. That's the beautiful feeling you get with Breck hair color, because Breck brings you this precious packet of liquid gold protein, more than twice the protein of any other leading color. Enough protein so you can actually feel a beautiful new body. Enough so the natural-looking color stays natural-looking, coloring to coloring. With a shimmer, a shine, a feel so real, Breck color could fool your own fingers.
I think this is really a neat new Buick. The V6 Century Special tennis car. Century Special is designed by Buick to weigh less than the regular Century, and to be priced less, too. The tennis car version comes with this special striping. Neat looking, isn't it? And when you buy it, you get these 2 head rackets at no extra charge. One for you, and one for your opponent.
Funny, I'll play you for the car.
Buick's tennis car offer, good through April 30th, 1975.
I'm getting letters from Chrysler, Plymouth, and Dodge dealers saying, Joe, the cars are moving, the people are happy, let's keep those deals going strong. And man, they are. Dealers still have factory cashback deals on certain models. They can offer you option deals on specially equipped models. And hey, there's still some new 74 models left at 74 prices. Buy one and get back $200 from Chrysler. Yes, sir, the deals are going strong.
When Mick and I played together, we were known to have a beer or two on special occasions.
Like after every game.
It's too bad light beer from Miller wasn't around then.
Yeah, it's less filling because it has less carbohydrates and 1/3 less calories than their regular beer.
And it really tastes great.
Whitey, if we'd had a great tasting beer that was less filling in the old days, can you imagine where we'd be now?
Yeah, the beer drinkers.
Next on Kareem.
Smells to me like the association. Caribbean Connection.
Get down!
There's a flaw in our security setup. That greaseball reached Coco before we did.
What's bugging you, that government man that followed you here?
I got a very substantial investment. A few $1 million on account.
Why would he want to kill me?
He's the top turkey in the heroin trade on this side of the Atlantic. This is not personal, man. It's a matter of security.
You want to wrap this thing up single-handed and take a federal agent along?
Next on Kareem.
Kareem has been brought to you by Lincoln Mercury, who invites you to see all our new 75.
The entertainment special of the year with Diane Carroll, John Davidson, Juliet Prowse, and Ken Berry. The 1975 Fashion Awards.
Wednesday night at 9:30 on ABC.
For a while.
She's one of your people. Why is she running away from you?
She became unreliable.
Take him!
Vanished on Kareem.
Monday night at...
You get more than prestige when you invest $10,000 in a Cadillac or a Lincoln Continental. You should know which one was judged superior in tests of riding, driving, convenience, design features, luxury. Nationwide Consumer Testing Institute asked 50 graduate engineers to judge a Cadillac Coupe de Ville d'Elegance against a Lincoln Continental Town Coupe. They tested the cars for riding comfort. The majority rated the Continental superior to the Cadillac. They tested the cars for smoothness and steadiness. The majority rated the Continental superior. They put the cars through 28 tests, ranging from riding comfort even to interior lighting. And in 25 out of the 28, the majority rated the Continental superior. Based on these tests, when the engineers were asked which car was superior overall, 44 out of 50 rated the Continental superior to the Cadillac. The 1975 Lincoln Continental, Judge any luxury car by our car.
Hey, guys, Grandma's got a surprise for you.
What a batch of them. How many are there? You be you, I'll be me. All across the nation, it's a Pepsi generation. Here today, here to stay, guilt-free.
I'm Dudley Foote, Vice President of the Akron. Everyone's talking about tax cuts. We all agree cutting taxes is essential to providing more purchasing power for the American people and to giving a much-needed boost to the economy. We're all waiting. In the meantime, the Akron wants to help. Now through Sunday, we're giving our customers a blanket 6% discount on the Akron's already low prices. A 6% discount isn't a tax cut, but we hope it helps.
Homemade spaghetti sauce at our house takes 3 generations. Grandma simmers mushrooms and herbs, and Mom and I argue over how much wine goes in. But all 3 generations agree. Start with Hunt's tomato sauce for good, rich flavor from the meat of the tomato. At our house, 1 generation learns from another. About Hunt's, about spaghetti sauce, about everything.
For flavor from the meat of the tomato, start with Hunt's tomato sauce.
When you feel chilled from a cold or flu, there's a kind of cold remedy that warms you all over, warms your aches, temporarily soothes chest tightness, helps you rest easier again. It's Mentholatum Deep Heating Rub, the warming medication for grown-ups. It's like a blanket of warmth for your body. So warm the chill of a cold or flu with greaseless, stainless Deep Heating Rub or extra strength lotion. A nice warm feeling of love.
The Toyota Corolla 2-door sedan, 30 miles per gallon, and the lowest sticker price in America. That's how much car your money can buy.
This is Jeanette Nolan. 200 years ago today, British soldiers were giving every wagon leaving Boston a rough going over. Rebels were moving guns and gunpowder, trying to hide enough of it to arm 15,000 men. A spy had tipped off the British. 1 wagon leaving Boston was stopped, and the driver ordered to open crates marked candles. The driver tried to make a run for it and was shot. The soldiers found 13,500 cartridges instead of candles. The loss hardly made a dent in the rebel supply, though. They had already moved more than 50 tons of arms to secret hiding places in the country. Most of it was carried out in wagons, brimming with manure, loads the British were reluctant to search. I'm Jeanette Nolan, and that's the way it was.
These historic minutes are sponsored each night by Shell.
This is CBS.
On guard, they're back to finish what they started. The 4 Musketeers. It has 4 times the laughter, 4 times the excitement, 4 times the action, romance, and adventure. It's 4 for fun and fun for all. The 4 Musketeers, rated PG.
Join the fun at flagship theaters everywhere. The 4 Musketeers are back. Starts Friday.
How you doing?
Eat.
They'll be here in a few minutes.
Olives. Beer.
Michelob?
Michelob. Do you think we should get some other beers, too?
Have you ever heard of anybody who doesn't like Michelob?
You'll find it hard to find anyone who doesn't like it, because since 1896, Michelob has always been so good, it's still an unexpected pleasure.
What did I tell you?
Hey, you wouldn't believe the car I just bought. German craftsmanship, Italian flair, economical to run, just what Americans need. The 1976 Capri 2 Ghia, the sexy American-German-Italian.
True German craftsmanship and folding seats for extra space, the sexy German-American-Italian.
How about with a touch of Italian styling? Capri 2 Ghia, the sexy Italian German-American.
Imported for Lincoln Mercury.
Okay, who saw the flying saucers?
Next week, NBC presents The Disappearance of Flight 412.
I'll tell you one thing, guys. Whatever they are pacing us.
A routine flight, or it was, until they confirmed the unconfirmed.
Something appeared and then it disappeared. Maybe it wasn't even there at all.
You don't think the plane went down, do you?
Oh, no. Nobody would try to cover a thing like that up.
We want to know everything you thought you saw. I saw 3 radar blips at a right angle turn in midair and move off the scope at about 5,000 miles per hour.
You suffered a trick of the eye. Now, if 2 jets went down in that area, we'd know about it.
They didn't go down. They just went.
This whole act here wouldn't be because of a UFO sighting now, would it?
Glenn Ford, Bradford Dillman. The Disappearance of Flight 412.
They didn't go down. They just went.
He's the one, Dad. I want him.
Okay, but my new master has to feed me right. Not just soft food. I want solid food, too. Milk-Bone brand dog biscuits with vitamins, minerals, protein. It's the chew food. And I need Milk-Bone dog biscuits to help get my teeth cleaner and whiter.
You'll get him every day.
Good boy.
After every meal, Milk-Bone dog biscuits, the chew food.
Where's my Roger?
He stopped to get the beer.
Hey, what's that funny-looking bird? It's a Roger bird! The beer!
When you have to get the beer, don't fool around. Get the beer named after the city that means beer. Old Milwaukee. It's a tough name to live up to, but Old Milwaukee tastes as great as its name.
What do you want from me while I put away the glider?
Hey, Rod, what took you so long anyhow? Yeah.
Well, there I was, cruising along, when this 747 pulls up and asks directions.
I'm Sunny Griffin, Avon's beauty editor. I find a lot of women with sensitive or delicate skin are afraid of wearing makeup. Well, Avon's created a makeup that's so gentle, it babies your skin. Delicate beauty. It has no fragrance, and a dermatologist supervised everything, from the sheer foundation to these luscious lipsticks. See your Avon representative for delicate beauty. You won't find it in any store. Continue following station identification.
Enjoy the crazy goings-on at Hot L Baltimore, Friday at 9 on ABC.
Steve McQueen and Paul Newman race against time as one tiny spark becomes a night of blazing suspense. This is the Towering Inferno. An explosion of excitement. A masterpiece of adventure. Irwin Allen's production of The Towering Inferno. Rated PG.
When the Towers Above Them All starts Wednesday at a flagship theater near you.
President Ford and the Domino Theory, film at 11.
Jim Lightsey's in love. And at a time like this, maybe it's a good thing he has a Balance Plus account at UCB. If Jim writes a check for more than he has, we'll cover it. And unlike most banks, we'll only deposit the amount he needs to the next dollar. We think qualifying for Balance Plus is a little like falling in love. It does something for you. Isn't that right, Jim? Jim. United California Bank. The best banking ideas in town. Or your money back.
Jack in the Box is determined to give you the best service you've ever had at a fast food restaurant.
Watch out, McDonald's!
For all that's new and all that's news, watch AM Los Angeles tomorrow morning at 9.
Scirocco! Scirocco! Scirocco, a hot wind from the Sahara. Scirocco, a hot car from Volkswagen. As swift and powerful as the wind it's named after. Scirocco, with front-wheel drive that handles like nothing you've ever driven before. And Scirocco gets about 38 miles per gallon on the highway. Scirocco, the hot one from Volkswagen.
I have a special kind of pie for you.
Young and old alike agree. Boston cream pie is a favorite. Now, thanks to Mrs. Smith's, you can serve it anytime.
Do you really think you can eat all that?
You can, huh? Moist, golden sponge cake, velvety vanilla custard, and creamy chocolate-flavored frosting. You just take it out of your freezer, thaw, and serve.
That's good eating, isn't it, huh?
Mrs. Smith's Boston cream pie. The real flavor of home.
You ever see business as confusing as it is today? Well, I can't afford to be confused.
The Wall Street Journal. It works for you.
There's no easy way to get from Century City to Prospect in town.
No way.
There's no easy way. Anyway, the 14-day Filmex celebration opened tonight with one of the gaudiest premieres in this town has seen in some time. The long-awaited Funny Lady made her West Coast premiere and also opened the Los Angeles Film Exposition at the ABC Entertainment Center in Century City. And here are some of the people who were there. What a hit you are in Rhoda. What a hit.
Aren't you nice?
You are
Thank
the
you.
idol of mothers all over the country.
That makes me laugh.
Yeah, well,
That's
you do a
funny.
wonderful job.
That's funny. Thank you. I'm pleased there, please.
Well, that was Herbert Ross. We're going to take a little commercial and then get organized here. I had to carry the film back myself and they just got it. But we'll be back in just a minute, folks. Stay tuned.
Barbra Streisand is Fanny Brice. She had fame. She had talent. She had class. But most of all, she had Billy. James Caan is Billy Rose, the wonder boy of Broadway.
Please, I wrote him Billy Rose lyrics. I'd like to hear them.
He was the world's greatest showman. Today. And Fanny's best friend. Until they got married. Omar Sharif is Nicky Arnstein, the man who couldn't stay out of her life. Hello, Fanny.
Why, Nick, how good it is to see you.
Fanny Brice was the greatest musical star of her time.
I got a blind date, and with my luck, he'll come on time.
Barbra Streisand is the greatest musical star of our time. And this is Funny Lady, the great musical for all time. Columbia Pictures presents a Ray Stark production of a Herbert Ross film. Barbra Streisand, James Caan, Omar Sharif. Funny Lady.
Grab a ticket, find your road, kid. I am strictly a sorrow kid. Tell those oogly boogly feelings I'm free. They've been banished by a royal decree. And your head feels so good when you finally clear it. If I saw a worry,
The funny girl you fell in love with becomes the lady you will never forget. Streisand, Caan, how lucky can you get? Funny Lady, rated PG.
Starts tomorrow at Mann's Chinese in Hollywood, the Avco Center Cinema Westwood, and the Cinedome 21 in Orange.
Let me tell you how big this premiere was. We're going to show it to you again. That's how big it was, and that's really a biggie, okay? Here we go. Century City Entertainment Center, ABC. Here are the people driving up as usual. It really was a spectacle to see. And there go those balloons, folks. Lots of balloons. What a hit you are in Rhoda. What a hit.
Aren't you nice?
You
Thank
are the idol of mothers all over the country.
That makes me laugh.
Yeah, well,
That's
you do a
funny.
wonderful job.
That's funny. Thank you. I'm pleased there, please. And I wouldn't be she in real life for a moment.